Jamal is a mentor and inspiration to not only his students, but to everyone he meets. He is a good, close friend of mine, and I couldn't be more honored to introduce the first speaker of Weapons of Mass Creation 8. Everybody put your hands together, make a loud noise for Mr. Jamal Collins.
Good morning, everybody. Such a pleasure to be up here. I'm gonna stay up here all day. I got my parents. I'm gonna stay on task. I got my parents in here. I got my kids. I got my wife in the corner. I love everybody up here. Yeah. So this is Jeremy Austin. Me and Jeremy is from the same tribe. We both from East Cleveland. She's 8 years old. She's like one of my advanced graphic designers. What's so special about this little girl is that she's so young, and I feel like if they're old enough to push a button and click a mouse, they're old enough to design something. Unfortunately, me and Jeremy had to part ways because her mother was killed in cold blood one Sunday afternoon as they sat in the car. And she had to move with her grandparents. So it was like a tragedy that just had to happen, and it's kind of touched me to the core on what these kids go through. I can't even imagine having to go through that. So this leads to disproportionate, disciplinary stuff that's going on with the kids. The part of discipline. Hey, I'm messing up, man.
It's all right. All right. Got it. You understand?
Yeah. So the thing is disproportionate disciplinary actions going on with the kids is that they're pushing them out of the room when they should be pulling them in. So the kids is acting up, they kicking them out of the classroom, they're not pulling them in. So this is what we're trying to do. Another problem with the youth is that the boys on testing, they're not reading up to their reading level. So this leads to disparity, this leads to, dang man, I'm freezing up here.
You're right, man. You're right.
So yeah, I don't really like this mic. Okay, so, so this lack of disparity that's going on with the youth leads to me, going on with me, because I know I know what's going on with being in the system. So, starting out in East Cleveland, Ohio, I want to say that I had a nice, sheltered life. I mean, I had my parents involved with me the whole time. I had a peach tree in my yard. So I had a lovely childhood, and it wasn't really nothing I could complain about. I had stuff, so I'm going to sit up here and say that I didn't have stuff. But the problem is that when I was in the second grade, I was held back. So part of that, being held back, kind of threw me off. So I was always a creative kid. Being a creative kid, I fell in love with this stuff. It wasn't no internet, or we didn't have no cartoons. We had cartoons, but we didn't have like Marvel movies and all of that stuff. So this was part of my passion growing up. A part of me being held back was I was isolated. I was humiliated. The lady, Miss Newman, used to take me in the hallway and kind of shake me, and violently and stuff. And yeah, Mom, that's what happened. I never really said that because I thought this was part of what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of left me like disconnected with the school, but I still was connected to this stuff. So the thing was that my classmates knew that I had fell back. So this was going on with a lot of us was getting held back. But when I talked to people that I grew up with, they was held back like twice. So you gotta think about it. We getting held back before we even hit adolescence. And when you hit adolescence, you already gonna start goofing around because of, puberty and all of that. So guys was taking a hit 2 years before we even started messing around, getting older and falling for girls and all of this type of stuff. So this made it, that made us socially, I want to say socially impotent because we can't advance. So part of this stuff of what's going on, I'm kind of reverse engineering what's going on and taking it back to the school system because I think that that's important because they just prone to fail. So this failure, what's going on is leads to frustration. So this is kind of affected by everybody. So my goal here is to, I'm gonna move on. So my goal is to bring about change because like I was saying, like this is gonna be affected by everybody. So we need to reverse engineer and start pulling these guys back in. Okay, so this means doing a lemonade workshop with some youth. So I can tell a little quick story. I had a little guy, he wasn't as best dressed as the other kids when I was teaching in the city. And he used to cuss a lot, and I knew that he was dealing with some hunger issues. So one time I was in the lunchroom. At that time, I was just kind of sweeping up honey buns and all of this stuff. And I was sitting with one of my companions, and I was like, one of my co-workers, and I was like, you see that boy right there? I was like, that's little Jimmy. I said, he's my best student. He don't cuss. He don't act up. He don't do this. The co-workers looking at me like, him? Like, yeah. So what's funny is that I didn't see him for a long time, and then I came back to the location. I go, wow. And some kid ran up to me, grabbing my leg, and he was pointing around saying, I'm his best student. So that's what I'm talking about pulling the kids in, the ones that you're pushing away. That makes sense, everybody? How they got me up here so early, man? So this is about social change. So this is using graphic design through mentorship and promote entrepreneurship. I got some of my youth in here right now. We kind of talk about, doing something right now. I want to go back to high school. So the problem with my high school was that there wasn't no after-school programs. It might have been, but I was kind of acting up. So I told y'all before when I was held back, so I had a bad taste in my mouth about the educational system. So that kind of led us to the streets. So I was heavy into the graffiti. So y'all gotta keep in mind that I'm old. I'm 47. I was born in 1970. I'm a 70s baby. I wasn't going to talk about Reaganomics and the Black Panther movement and all that stuff, but I don't want to give my mother a heart attack. I want to talk about my mother a little bit. She's like, you hanging out in buildings? What are you talking? Like, I gotta. Okay, I go. All right, I don't stay on task. All right, so this is graffiti. So this is kind of where our interest was. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't nobody in school coming down and talking about, we know you went to Marvel and Daredevil and all of this stuff. Let me show you how to draw these characters. So we had a vocational department, and it was doing advanced commercial arts. So what was cool is that they was doing airbrushing and all of this stuff. But the thing was with the commercial arts was that you needed to have good grades to get in there. So my grades was bad, of course, so I never went in there. I feel like, I know if I would have went to my mom and said, Mom, I really want to be in there, they would have got me in there. But I didn't say that. So I kind of feel like somebody from there should have came down to, to recruit us and bring us over there, So I had a friend, I got lucky, a friend of mine went to Ohio University, and I visited the campus, and it changed my life. So that was my exposure through him. Why is this up here? This is who we was looking up to when we grew up. We didn't have internet, CNN, and all of this stuff. And my parents was kind of, they was busy working and stuff. So this is the guy who was telling me about. Well, I don't know, maybe I was young, so my father probably didn't feel like he needed to tell me about, crack cocaine and all of this stuff and AIDS and all. I was getting that information. We was getting this information. This was our CNN right here. So you know, through my own determination, I went to Akron U.
Who is that?
That's me, 94. I was lucky when I went to Akron U. It was like 91. He was like, we got this new thing called the internet. We got the first Photoshop, so I beta tested all of that stuff. So I know some guys right now still don't have internet. It's crazy. The problem, I had too much freedom at Akron. And you would think that since I went to, I was graduated, I was from East Cleveland, I was kind of doing some wild stuff, but the wildness didn't happen until I got up on Akron U campus. But this is kind of, my style was getting better, and I had fell in love with small, it's gonna be a dominantly white male design firm, because I worked at PricewaterhouseCoopers. I was sentenced. Lady, you was wrong. I was sentenced to 10 years in a cubicle. It was like I was doing a bid in there. They hated me, and I hated them. But you know what? What was cool about this era was that this was kind of jumping into HTML. This is jumping into Flash. This is jumping into, we was kind of, when I started out, I was, like I said, I was on the cutting edge of all this technology, so I was working on coding. I was working on web design and all of that stuff. My man Jamal is in here. He could witness to that. So we started out, I was working third shift before this at EDR Media, and I was doing 3D Max and DOS. Some of y'all kids don't even know about DOS. We got somebody to know about those. So, the corporate life had me doing brochures, but let me tell you what happened with the corporate life, is that I was working with Pricewaterhouse, and it merged with Coopers and Library, and that was PricewaterhouseCoopers. I was working in the BP Tower on the 27th floor. I was wearing a suit every day. I thought I was the man. It was like, we want to offer you a job. $20,000. I thought I was doing it. But it kind of stagnated my being an artist, being a designer and all that stuff. And I kind of talk about this with my man all the time, is that when I go back to some slides before with that Daredevil, we was just kind of doing it for the love. So I kind of lost that in the corporate world. But I was still doing designs and stuff when it wasn't, I was working on my web stuff. I was selling stuff on eBay, and I was running, I was shipping stuff off the back when he wasn't looking. Somebody was like, the Human Resources told my manager, like, every time I go in his cubicle, he's on eBay. So, I lost my train of thought. So when we merged with Coopers and Library, they came up with work. My background is doing designs and stuff. Man, take the picture. I had to warm up, man. I was stumbling in front. I hope y'all erased that part. I was like, what the freeze up here? Goodness grief. I talked to my man last night. He's like, you cool, you cool. I'm like, yeah, I got it, man. I do this all day. And got up here and was like, oh, what the hell is I'm about to run out of here and tell Lenny to start over again. Cool entrance and triple this thing coming up here crazy, bro. Insane. So I started the graphic design program. They went with the idea. I resigned, came back in as a consultant, and the corporate was like, whoa, what? They kind of was like tripping a little bit. They made a clause after I did that, like anybody else that come in can't, they have to be here a year before they can do that. All the staff was like, we want to be consultants too. So I come in doing specialized work. I had like 3 computers. So this is me right here doing exposure week. So exposure week is me just sitting down with a bunch of kids and kind of telling them and showing them some stuff on the laptop. So I'm kind of telling them that they can win. I know that they don't hear this all the time, so part of my mission is to save as many of them and give them a way of you know, improving their life. You see, I don't really care. I don't really have no rules. I got a hoodie on. I teach with sunglasses on. I just do my thing. They're like, you're teaching with sunglasses on? I really don't have no rules. Us just being the superheroes for the youth to let them know that being a designer and having a beard, you can be cool. All right, so I'm moving on to entrepreneurship, the mindset and the actions of these guys. So I'm taking them on field trips. I'm on this as possible to let them know of these are the possibilities of doing this stuff. I took them to the Cavs and we sat and we did some brainstorming. We did a full-blown design initiative. We was around the round table and bringing them into the meets. They don't see this type of stuff. So it's kind of like really touching them and letting them understand. I got my man Marshall out there with the flat top. He got a haircut now. And DeAndre's, look at DeAndre's on that table, bro. When I saw this picture, I was like, ugh, he about to be a boss, bro. Some boss pose. Look at that. Like these guys got it, you know? I took them to Highland Software. Highland Software is a content management company. They do content management for the Browns, Cleveland State. So we kind of had a lunch and we went around the campus. It's kind of like as close as to Google you could get here. They got slide boards, they got daycare, they got barbershops in there. It's a nice spot. So just letting them, give them that exposure. I put them on the news and let them. I interview them. I you know what I'm looking like. How long I got? 3 minutes. Okay. So smart creatives. Okay. So smart creatives is a term coined from Eric Smith. Eric Smith was involved with doing the hiring at Google. Okay. Before Eric Smith, they had another term coined, knowledge workers, by Peter Drucker. Knowledge workers was just like a person who was just skilled at one thing. So the whole culture of Google is to be a smart creative. And a smart creative is 4 things: getting stuff done. So this is the culture of Google, is switching, and this is why it's so amazing of the culture. So this is kind of what I was trying to bring on to them. I'm thinking if I can bring the same philosophies to Google and what Eric Smith was talking about to these youth, that they can connect and start doing some stuff now. I can't really see that, but this is some of their work that they was doing. This guy right here, I met him, and he had some sketches, and he showed me a book full of them, and I was like, you know, after sitting down with a month with him, he had digitized them and made his own comic book. So this is the power that they have. We're not trying to wait for college right now. We're trying to do it right now, because I tell them right now, if you got an internet, you got a company. So this is my man Gary. He did a poster, and we took that poster to the Cavs and dropped it off. He got slushies. He got all kind of stuff. That's my man Gary. Did some more work. You know, they proud of it. Like, I'm the cool uncle. I'll bring them in. Because y'all got to think that this is after school. They've been in school all freaking day. Last thing they want to do is hear Mr. Collins say, sit down and do some work. They don't want to do no work. The problem with them is that they consume. If they consume too much, they're not producing anything. They got iPhones in their pocket and no videos on. I'm like, what is y'all doing? All right, so this is me. I'm going to move on to a little bit about what I've been doing lately, is that I've turned myself into a personal brand. I do vlogging. I do design, photography. I got young Hatamoto smiling at me. I got these young 2 photographers right here. So I'll be an example for them. So I push heavy on the social networks, on, you know, all of the stuff I'm doing. I'm vlogging. I'm doing video all day long. I work around the clock. I did not watch not one Cavs game. I work. How long we got? 30 seconds. So it's cool. I'm still upset. I was kind of stumbling when I first came. It's horrible, man. So yeah, it's just building that content. So I just got a lot of empathy for these guys, man, and I want to let them know that they can be up there, that they can win, and I let them know that it's not. I'm not going to just teach them and then that's it. Like after you, Snapchat, who that's going to be? I got my son up in here. What's up, man?
What do you need from us?
What I need from you? Thank you, my man. You know, I just feel like the designers and the creatives should take a more responsible role, a role where they're impacting and giving back to the kids and back to the youth. I think a lot of us get into a mode where we selling stuff and we want people to just buy from us, buy, instead of being a more involved role. So that's kind of the thing that I wanted to say. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank everybody, man. I thank y'all for waking up and coming and seeing me and all of that this time. I think I'm gonna do some Q&A. Look at that. Am I gonna stay up here?
Y'all give it up for Jamal.
Come on, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now, I have a mutual friend, right, Jacinda Walker. And she put out a study that said that in the graphic design and creative community, only 3% of the designers are black. And Jamal is single-handedly going to help change that number and bring it a lot higher. We need to make sure that happens, right? Right? We need all cultures. We need everything out there making this community better. And Jamal's helping making it happen. So thank you, my friend. So we're going to do Q&A. Q&A is actually going to happen downstairs. We're going to take a little break, get ready to get set up for the next cat. Jamal's going to head downstairs. If some of y'all want to head down, do some Q&A, ask him some questions, let's do it. Is going to be kicking off probably right about now upstairs if anybody wants to do that. We'll get Jamal up here to get a picture with look at her. Look at her.
I got a lot of kids. Can they come up here for a minute? I got try.
Let's bring that whole family up here. Y'all, real quick, we want to give another shout out to Industry Print Shop. Y'all put your hands together for them. They're the sponsors of Ink Wars. They're our merch sponsor. They are one of the finest artist-led screen printing shops in the country, based in Austin, Texas. They're going to be here slinging merch, doing printing, and just representing you guys, the creative in our community. So again, y'all give it up for Industry Print Shop. Woo! If you guys want to try to get a chance at a free tee, just tweet out at Industry Print Shop along with hashtag WMC Fest, and they're going to be picking people to get a free shirt. Y'all swing back here soon for Dustin Lee. We're going to have him up here soon. Thank you.